Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the LSU Tigers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to start. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Ball down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Gives it on the option. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll go right back to it. Got enough for the first. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right on the money. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
You got to give the defense a ton of credit there on 3rd down, able to force that incompletion on an absolute bomb. You can see why defensive coordinators get nervous facing this quarterback. He has tremendous arm talent. He threw that thing more than 60 yards in the air. But the defenders on the back end stayed in position, made sure there wasn't a catch. That was a fantastic play defensively.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Throws for the tight end. Hauls it in.
This quarterback was licking his chops coming into this game. He told us this week he felt like there were some matchups that he could take advantage of against this defense, and he wasted no time. Opening drive of the game, he finds the matchup he likes, and that was an absolute dime.
To the air on 1st down. Completes it in the middle.
And I love when you understand Supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Throws to the tight end. Working on the right. Tight coverage there did not stop him from making the grab. It's 1st and goal from the 8.
3rd down and short is exactly what you want on offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw it. Nice execution, 3rd and short, now set up in a 1st and goal situation.
Takes it on the shovel. And there's going to be a loss on that play, just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting a drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Turning it on. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you could string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Working downfield on first down. And the timing just a hair off.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Gives it on the option. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Throws to the wideout. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brewer. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He's got it on the right. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback keeper. Got the first down and still on his feet. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
The give to the back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Across the 25, he's got room. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They'll try to start the second quarter by putting points on the board with a field goal. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Notre Dame is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair for the Golden Domers. They're up by 21 over Oklahoma State. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. On the move. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Pulls it and fires to the left. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Got it looking for a first. Still running at the 40. Into enemy territory and out of bounds. After the good game there.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Second down, he'll throw it. Quickly complete. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick strike complete. Oh, he's got some space. At the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that? I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pick up of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. The give. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield?
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Complete to the right. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
This is a special talent playing the tight end position because he's not a guy that's just going to catch flat routes and block. He's a guy you can line up all over the field. He can stretch the field vertically, shows off his speed. He has very rare athleticism for a guy at his position, and he showed it there on that long touchdown catch.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, the ground game. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. They'll try the run. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be fourth down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Hauls it in at the 25. He gets a block. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Snapped it in the shotgun. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They're trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Shakes off the defender.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stop for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown LSU! A great catch and run for 6.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up by 28 over Oklahoma State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. The Buckeyes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Sends it downfield. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And you could tell he thought he had his receiver down the field to make a big play. But how about the defender? Great job running with the receiver, turning his head, finding the football, knocking it away, making sure that receiver doesn't get to make the play.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Red pass, it's complete.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block and run. As they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Just going to keep it after the snap. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That brings him to within one.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt. return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that's proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stem in the defensive line. They're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Now facing a third and long. Got it, looking for the first down. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a fourth down. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the third time. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. A drive trying to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
That's a really nice catch there, and I know LSU goes by the moniker of DBU, but you take a look at all the draft picks they've had in recent years, and with this guy and his talent...
There he goes. The tag. Touchdown LSU. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And they get to him, and down goes the quarterback, and you just cannot afford that in this spot.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback, do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes the grab. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Slips through the line. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Turning it on. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
When I'm a quarterback and I see zone and I see my guy curl up real quick, I got to hum it. And he threw that thing with some revolutions, with some velocity right to his receiver so he can make the catch.
The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Notre Dame is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair for the Golden Domers. They're up by 35 over Oklahoma State. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Fires on the move. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Brewer. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. And they can't make the connection on third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Buckeyes. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. It's Webb. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is on.
Oh, he's got some space. Oh, he got loose. Finally, they get him out of bounds. Thought they were going to let him run until he got tired. I don't think he's tired. He's headed to the fourth quarter. 1 quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looking for a huge play. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Wants to fire on second down. He's going to fire deep. Can't make the catch, and it'll be third down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration.
Well, it's a good route by the wide receiver. He gets to the middle of the field. I think he just took his eyes off the football.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Bringing the heat. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down.
And offensively, we know it's hard throwing the ball in 3rd and long situations because the defense can play big zone coverages. They got a lot of guys with their eyes on you, so the QB had no shot there. Nobody open. Nice job not forcing it, not risking a turnover, just throwing it away.
Deep throw off his back foot. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Going right to work up top. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him the sack.
Really, really good pursuit by the defense. It's tough. Once you roll outside the pocket, you kind of cut the field in half, and he's getting pursued by everybody. Nowhere to throw the football. Great chasing angles by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball.
Now the play fake. Here's the pressure. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs. He can catch the ball, too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Power football with the run. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He'll try to put 1 down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense. because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going to let it go. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Good completion on the out. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking for room. It's Van Dyke. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy in front.
Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Powers through. Step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Appalachian State has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this. They're trailing by 21 to Iowa. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Talk about a timely run. Gets the first down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. To the ground. He's got it again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wide receiver comes in motion. Give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. To the ground with the back. Trucks through the defender. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top.
And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year?
When we get to the offseason,